Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Chemophilic by Bhavna Shaktaut. So if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go and subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get the notification of the latest videos. So today's topic is carbon and its compounds. Now this is 4th chapter of class 10 CBSE chemistry, that is NCERT book, as well as this is the base of organic chemistry. So students who are in 10th as well as 11th 12th can refer to this video. Let's get started. So carbon and its compounds. Now you should know before starting atomic number of carbon is 6. So when you write the electronic configuration according to 10th class, this would be equals to, according to 10th class, if you have read about the electronic configuration, you can write it as 2 and 4. The first shell has 2 electrons, this is K shell, and then after that you have 4 electrons. So if you consider this as a nucleus having neutron and proton, then the first shell will have 2 electrons and the second shell will have 4 electrons. This is the basic of organic chemistry, and you should know that carbon has an atomic number 6. Also, if you talk about the mass, atomic number is also represented as Z. So Z is equal to 6 and the mass number is denoted by A, and A is equal to 12. So the mass number, that is the sum of neutrons as well as the protons present in the nucleus, is equal to 12. Now till now we have discussed only the basics of carbon. Talking about the next, that is the nature of carbon atom and the bonding that it takes part into. So the nature of bonding is covalent. Now why does carbon form only covalent bond? The question is this: why does carbon forms only covalent bond? Now before studying that carbon forms covalent bond, you should know what is an ionic and a covalent bond. So ionic bond is formed by complete transfer of electrons from one atom to another. But covalent compounds are formed by sharing of electrons between two atoms. This is the basic difference between an ionic and a covalent compound. Now, the example of ionic compound is NaCl and the example of covalent compound is O2, H2, then you have N2, then you have H2O, this is also a covalent compound. Here we have lithium chloride, sodium chloride or lithium fluoride, all these are what? Ionic compounds. Now this is the basic difference between ionic and covalent. Now to study why carbon forms only covalent compound, we need to know about the two basic properties of carbon. So the first property that tells us the covalent nature of carbon is tetravalency. Now just we have read before that carbon has 4 electrons in the outermost shell. Now to complete the octet, now 10th class student might not know about octet. Octet is what? Completing the 8 electrons in the outermost shell to achieve the stable configuration, that is in the case of noble gases. That noble gases group 18. So now to achieve octet, carbon either needs to gain 4 electrons, in this case C will form 4 negative ion, and if it loses 4 electrons then it would form C4 positive cation. Now we have seen here the atomic structure. Here we have 6 protons and 6 neutrons. Now outermost shell has 2 electrons and then the first shell has 2 electrons and the last shell has 4 electrons. Now if you add 4 electrons to this, the outermost shell will have total of 8 electrons, or so if you add 4 electrons to this, then carbon will have 10 electrons in total, but you know that it has only 6 protons, and this 6 protons cannot bind together or hold this 10 electrons in the outermost shell, and therefore carbon does not gain electrons. The second is that carbon does not even lose this 4 electrons to achieve the helium configuration. Now the reason behind this is that because of the very small size of carbon, carbon binds this 4 electrons very tightly, and losing this electron will require a lot of energy, and thus carbon neither loses 4 electrons nor does it gains 4 electrons. Now the only thing that is left is sharing. So now the carbon will form bonds that would result in covalent bonding of carbon. So the property of carbon of So the property of linking of carbon with other atoms through covalent bonds is known as tetravalency, and it has only 4 electrons. So it will try to share this 4 electrons with other 4 electrons of different atoms, and therefore it forms only 4 bonds that are covalent bonds, and therefore carbon shows tetravalency. Now the second important point is the property of catenation. Carbon shows the property of catenation. Now what do you mean by catenation? The term catenation means the property of self-linking of carbon atoms to form straight or branched chains or ring of different sizes. So catenation is self-linking of carbon atoms to form straight or branched chains or rings of different sizes. So carbon can link with other carbons to form straight chain compounds, and this property of carbon is known as catenation. So this property is also responsible for the covalent bonding of carbon atoms or carbon compounds. Now another important topic is saturated and unsaturated compounds. So when carbon links with another carbon through single bond, then they are known as saturated compounds. When carbon links with other carbon via double bond or triple bond, then it is known as unsaturated compounds. So these types of compounds are classed as alkanes. We will study later what is an alkane, and other two are known as alkenes and alkynes. Alkenes and alkynes. Now to study these topics in detail, you need to know what type of compounds the carbon are forming. So now the carbon forms 3 types of compound. First is straight chain compounds. Now carbon forms straight chain compounds, that is they link together linearly. Now in total carbon forms 4 bonds. So here we have formed 1 bond, so the rest 3 will be completed by hydrogen. Here 2, here 2 and here 3. So in total we have a formula of C4H10, and this is an example of alkane. Now by branch chain you mean, see, a tree has a root, a stem, and then it has branches. Similarly, carbon will also form branch chain compounds, that is it has a main chain that is linked to other carbon through branches. So this is known as branching of carbon compounds. Now completing the hydrogens, we have this as a branch chain compound. The another class of compounds are the ring compounds. Ring compounds, these are another category of compounds that carbon takes part into. Now, when these carbons link together to another in a cyclic form, then these are known as ring compounds. So, if you see here, carbon already has made 2 bonds, so it will complete its tetravalent nature by adding 2 hydrogen. Now, here also we will add 2 hydrogen, here also we add 2 hydrogen. So, the representation in general, when you see the advanced form, it is represented by a triangle. This triangle represents this compound having a formula of C3H6. Similarly, if you study another carbon compounds, when you form a cyclic compound with 4 atoms, again here you will have to add 2 hydrogen atoms in each carbon atom. This is again represented as a square. This is again a cyclic compound. Now, we will see how it is named afterwards. Now, another class of ring compounds are the benzene compounds. The benzene compounds are different from cyclic compounds. Here you have alternate single bond and double bond. So, this is what you call as benzene. And here if you see, when you expand this formula, you will have C6H6. We will study all this in detail one by one. Now, the first class of compound that carbon forms is alkanes. Now, alkanes have a general formula CnH2n plus 2. Now, if you put n is equal to 1, you will have the first compound, that is CH4. This is also known as methane. Then, when you put n equal to 2, you will have C2H6, this is ethane. When you put n equal to 3, you will have C3H8, this is propane. You will have to learn by heart these names of alkane. Now, for C4, we will have H equal to 10 and this is known as butane. Then you have C5H12, this is pentane. Right, so these are the basic alkanes. You can expand this as C6H12 also, then again you can move forward with C7, you will have to increase the number of carbon, the number of hydrogens also increases. Now these are all alkanes and they are also known as saturated compounds because they have carbon-carbon single bond. So if you draw the structure of methane, you will have carbon linked to 4 hydrogen. Now if you see, if you draw ethane, you will have 2 carbon linked by a single bond, then you will have to add the hydrogens. So here you will have to add 6 hydrogens. This is the structure of ethane, having single bond, so they are known as saturated compounds. Now, the second class of compounds are the alkenes. They have a general formula CnH2n. Now, when the carbon and carbon are linked together by double bond, then they are known as alkenes. Here the carbon is linked by single bond, here it is linked by double bond. They are known as alkenes. So, for this, the only requirement is that the minimum number of carbon atoms must be 2. To link together 2 atoms via double bond, you will have to show 2 carbon atoms. So, it starts from ethene. So, you will have to write, you will have to mug up the names ETH and then the suffix changes, it would be ETH, ENE from alkene part. Now, ethene will have a formula of C2H6, ethene will have a formula C2H4. Now, if you see propene, it will have a formula C3H 2 times, so it will be C3H6. further on it goes up. Now to draw the structure you will have to draw a double bond. Then to put the hydrogen, here carbon has already completed 2 bonds, so you will have to add just 2 hydrogen. Similarly here also you will have to add just 2 hydrogen. Now in case of propane, if you draw the propane structure, you just have to draw a double bond between this 3 carbon atoms. Now here you will have to add 2 hydrogens, here you will have to add 3 hydrogen, and in the center you will have to add only 1 hydrogen atom. Now this is about alkenes. Now the third category is the alkynes. Alkynes have a general formula CnH2n minus 2 and it has triple bond in it. So if you start with the first, here also the first alkyne would be ethyne. ETH, you will have to mug up this part and you just have to add YNE, ethyne. Now C triple bond C, and then you will have to add 1 hydrogen on this side and then 1 hydrogen on this side. So you will see that the formula goes up as 2 into 4 minus 2, 2 again C2H2. It is also known as acetylene. Now another is the propyne. For propyne you just have to add 1 CH3. After this you will have to add CH3 here, CH, and this carbon has already completed its 4 bonds. So this is propyne. You can further carry on with butene, pentene, hexene, heptene and rest of them. Now the next class of compounds are the cyclic compounds. These are of 2 categories. One contains only single bond and the other are the benzene structures having alternate single and double bonds. So cyclic compound, as we have discussed first, this is a cyclic compound. It has carbon, the corners represent the carbon atom. So here also we will have carbon, here also we will have a carbon. Now to complete the 4 bond, you will have 2 bonds here and 2 with hydrogen. Similarly here also you will have 2 bond with carbon and 2 with hydrogen. Here also you will have 2 hydrogen. Name of this compound is written by prefix cyclo, and then you will have to add the number of carbon atoms. If you see here we have 3 carbon atoms, for 3 we used to add propane. Why propane and not propene? Because this has carbon-carbon single bond, and just we have discussed here that when carbon-carbon has single bond, then you will add a suffix ane, right. So if I give you another structure of cyclic compound, this, so this will have 5 carbon atoms, all will have 2 hydrogen atoms attached to them, and while writing the name you will just have to add a cyclo in front of this. So cyclo will be the prefix, then we will have 5, for 5 we add pent, and then it is again having all the single bonds, so it will be named as cyclopentane. This is one more compound. Now another category of compounds are the ring compounds. Ring compounds having alternate single and double bond. So these are generally benzene compounds, also known as aromatic compounds. Again you can write it as in the form of open structure having carbon atoms. In total benzene has 6 carbon atoms, and if you add alternate double bond, if you see here only one valency of hydrogen carbon is free, and that is satisfied by hydrogen. So each carbon will be linked to only one hydrogen atom, and the general formula would be C6H6. This is known as benzene. right? And then here arises one more question. So these are the ring compounds. You can add another groups, another atoms to this, sorry. So now here comes another question. Now till now we have discussed about three categories of carbon compounds, the alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Then we discussed how carbons are linked together via straight chain, branch chain and cyclic compounds. And in the cyclic also we have studied two types of compound. One is single bond compound, the other having alternate single and double bond. Now if you see, there arises one more question. What is the difference between cyclohexane and benzene? Could be asked, if you are a 10th class student, you will be asked what is the difference between cyclohexane and benzene. Both are having 6 carbon atoms. Here also we will have C6, here also we have C6. But the number of hydrogen atoms changes. So in this case we have 12 hydrogen, in this case we have only 6 hydrogen. Now if we draw the structure, cyclohexane is a cyclic compound having 6 carbon atoms, but they are joined together by only single bonds. Here in case of benzene, you have carbon equal to 6, but the number of hydrogen atom changes because carbon are linked via alternate single and double bonds. So this is the basic difference, and this is one of the important questions regarding 10th class board exam. Okay. So another important topic is functional group. Atoms or group of atoms which when replaces one hydrogen of atom or group of atom that defines the structure and properties of organic compounds are known as functional groups. So these are the atoms which on addition to the corresponding alkanes or alkenes will give different properties than the parent compound. Examples are OH group, this is also known as alcoholic group. Then we have CHO group, this is known as aldehyde group. Then we have COOH, this is carboxylic group. Then we have NH2, these are known as amino group. Then we have X represents halogen, Cl, F, Br, I. Then we have CO and H2, this is known as amide group. Then rest we have so many other compounds that are formed by this main compounds. Now these are some of the functional groups that we will discuss in detail. This is an alcohol group. Now discussing each of the functional group in detail. So you take a parent compound CH3, or you can write it as C2H6, or you can write it as ethane. Now here we have carbon-carbon single bond attached to 3 hydrogen on this side and 3 hydrogen on this side. Now if you replace one of this hydrogen atom by one of the functional groups, so starting with X, then it is known as haloalkane. This is the general formula of haloalkane. So if I add CH3, CH2, Cl, then this will be equals to chloroethane. You just have to write O, so this is chloro, and then alkane. So here this is of 2 carbon atoms, so it is known as ethane. So the name is chloroethane. Now studying another class of compound, when you replace one hydrogen atom by OH group, then it becomes an alcohol. So how do you write this name? When you replace one hydrogen atom by an alcohol group, then it is known as ethanol. So ethane is same, you have to remove this E and add all. So this is named as ethanol. So if you have 3 carbon atoms, then it is known as propanol. For 4, it is known as butanol. Now if you add CHO group, then you have this aldehyde group, it has a suffix -al. So it is known as ethane and -al. If you add acetic group COOH, then it is known as ethanoic acid. So here again ethane is same, you just have to add oic suffix, oic and acid, ethanoic acid. Now if you take this compound and add NH2, then this compound is known as ethanamine. Ethane is same and you just have to add an amine group. So these were like the basic functional group. We have so many functional groups regarding ester, ketones, that we'll study later. Then you just have one topic left, and that is homologous series. Now we just studied the alkane series, we have seen the alkenes and the alkynes. Now what is the basic definition of homologous series? Homologous series is a group of organic compound having similar structure and similar chemical properties in which the successive compound differ by CH2. So if we take a series of alkane having general formula CnH2n plus 2. So you have first compound methane, then you have C2H6, you have C3H8. If you see, the difference is of 1 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atom. Similarly, here also you have difference of 1 carbon atom and 2 hydrogen atom. So when these series differ by only CH2, or you can be asked by what molecular mass, so it would be equal to 12 plus 2, 14U. Then these compounds are known as homologous series. Now the important points regarding homologous series is that the first is each member of the series will differ by CH2, or you can say by atomic mass 14. Also by molecular mass 14. The second important point is that all the members of homologous series will share a same general formula. Now the third important point is that the physical properties of members changes gradually as the number of carbon atoms per molecule increases. The third point is that the chemical property shows gradient similarity, that is, they will also show similarities. And the last point is that all the members of homologous series can be prepared by using the same general method of preparation. These were few points regarding homologous series. If you are from 10th class, you just have to remember that a homologous series is something that would differ by CH2 group. All the properties, both chemical and physical, will remain same and will gradually change when you increase the number of carbon atoms. Also, you just have to remember that they will follow the same general formula. Now here comes the question and answer session from this chapter. So the first question that can be asked is, explain the covalent nature of carbon atom. Now to explain the covalent nature of carbon atom, you will have to explain the two properties that we have discussed earlier. First is the tetravalency of carbon atom, and the second property was the property of catenation. Now the second question that can be asked from this topic is the definition of functional group The definition of functional group is that group, so a functional group is an atom or group of atoms that defines the structural or the chemical and physical properties of an organic compound. Third definition that can be asked from this chapter can be the definition of catenation. So, catenation is the property of self-linking of carbon atoms together. The fourth definition that can be asked through this topic is the homologous series. So, homologous series is a series in which the atoms differ or the successive members differ by a CH2 group, or you can say a molecular mass equal to 14U. And the third question that can be, and the next question that can be asked is regarding the types of carbon compounds. So, here you can define alkanes, alkenes, alkynes, then you will have cyclic, ring chain, branch compounds, types of linking that it takes part in. The next thing that someone can ask you from this chapter is regarding the nomenclature. Now, you can be asked two types of question in the nomenclature section. The first one is they will give you the name and ask you to draw the structure, and the second is that you will have to answer the name of a structure that is drawn in the question mark. So, you can be asked draw the structure of ethane, or you can be asked what is the name of this compound. Both these questions can come from the nomenclature section. Then regarding the addition of functional group also they can ask questions from the functional group section also. Then one more question can be asked from alkanes, alkenes and alkynes, that is the general formula of alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Another question can be general formula. So, these were some important questions that could be asked in class 10th. Okay.